you for joining us. Thank you for joining us here today. I wanted to put this together for everybody because I was asking Spirit at the end of last year, which is funny because like 2 weeks ago, whatever it was. But I just said, how can I start off the year with everybody? And it's been I've had such a great group of students and people interested in my course, and we've had such a great year. Um, we worked really hard. I'm tired, but I love the student calls. I love working with people, and and people have often said, and it's true, I have a passion for helping people. I have a passion for, I see their ability, their light. And I think really one of the things in this lifetime that I came back for, and I talk about mediumship to me is easy talking to dead people. I can do that. The hard part is I see people's light and their potential, and they don't see it for themselves. So my job, I've always felt, is to help the person to see their inner beauty, to help their inner soul, and to get away from the human part of themselves into the soul part, their soul expression, because that's all we have. The human part will drift off after so many years, and we'll go back home to the spirit world, right? So we're a soul having a human experience, not the other way around. And I do believe that we're all guided. I think we're divinely guided. I think that I don't believe necessarily in accidents per se. I do believe in a destiny points. I do believe in free will as well. But I think that along the path of your destiny, that there are certain individuals that we're meant to meet. And we know that to be true. There's certain people you feel like, wow, I have a connection here, or there's something there that I need, we're sharing, or I need to receive, or I need to give out, or teach, or whatever. And through my school, it's been so great to do that. I used to teach in person, and because of COVID, I stopped that as much. I don't do that much anymore. I do it online, which I like in many ways. And one of the ways is because I can reach people from all over the world. And where they don't have, I can't get there, they can't get to me, you do it this way. So it's been really, really successful. So I asked the spirit people at the end of, I sat at New Year's Eve, I sat and have an assessment of my year. And the assessment of my year was, and I look at everything and breathe and calm down. And I said, what is needed for this next year? And they said, more teaching. It's like, more teaching. Yes, okay. Because there are a lot of, it was so interesting how they put it, because I'm sitting in front of this fireplace outside and before the California fires. And they said, you need to illuminate people. You need to light their flame, if you will. I forgive that pun from LA. And it was like, okay, because there's so many people who are chasing like a tail, or running around, and they're very much in their heads, and they're very much in judgment, and they're very much not fulfilling their destiny, their soul destiny. And you should put it out there to them that if you can help them in any way, and if they resonate with what you bring to them, and maybe they'll take a step to go deeper, to learn something if they choose. And so what I want to do today was bring you through a guided meditation that's created just here for this Soul Guidance 2025. You can't find this anywhere but here. So I kind of channel, and people know me before when I've done this. I just bring it through, and it really works well. So about an hour ago, I was sitting in the quiet, and it came to me. But they showed me the outline of this journey we're going to be on, and then they always do this to me. They give me the basics, the outlines, and then when I sit in front of the screen here, I start picking up on energy all around. And the meditation, or mind journey, I'll call it, is really kind of made from the energy in the room, which I think is great because it's spontaneous that way. And hopefully it'll reach as many people as we can. So I just want to start off with a brief meditation just to bring us centered. If you've never done this before, that's fine. You do it every day. You go, on this earth, we meditate without knowing it. We sometimes drive the car and we don't know the exit we just passed. Like, wait, that's the exit I wanted to get off of. Because you're in an altered state, or reading a book and you go back a couple of pages and got to read it. What did I just read? Or watching a movie, you have to rewind. Wait, I just missed a scene or something. Whatever it is, we're constantly going in and out of consciousness, if you will. But wouldn't it be great to control that and be more aware of how to do that, right? So we're going to put you into this light altered state. And in that altered state of relaxation, which I love relaxation. Any way we can get it. I get it with massage a lot. I get it with acupuncture, yoga. So I'm bringing it to a space, and we'll see what happens. And this is a space where you don't have to do anything. You just have to be passive. Passive, and I'm giving you like suggestions. Yeah. I'll bring you to a space, and there'll be beings there to help and guide you. And again, I don't want you necessarily thinking about it. Just experience it. Just experience what's going on. And afterwards, we'll talk about what your experiences were. We'll see where we go from there. Okay. So I want to ask you all just to close your eyes for just a few moments now. And as you close your eyes, and I'll be doing this with you, as you close your eyes, I want you to become aware of your feet on the floor, of your legs sitting down, of your backs against the chairs or whatever you're leaning against, your arms, your shoulders, your hands, your neck, and your head. Become aware now that you are part of all that goes in that lovely universe within your being, within the shell of this human body, this meat suit, if you will. But within there are all these cells, neurons, muscles, fibers, nerve endings, everything there. And just for a moment, just go down from the top of your head, down slowly to your feet, and send gratitude to every single cell, if you will, muscle, fiber, organ, eyes, ears, nose, lung, throat. Bring it to gratitude, perfection, and thanking it for all the work it does. Throat, shoulders, your lungs, breathing air, your heart, your spleen, your liver, your stomach, your intestines, your kidneys, reproductive area, down to the legs, shins. Right, just thanking. And just notice subtly what happens as you feel when you give back a thank you and appreciation, how it changes your feelings, your vibration. The whole body should start vibrating. A wonderful way to tune in to your center of your soul is by the breath. For the breath is a gift from God, and the breath sustains our life, allows us the freedom to breathe, to move. Life is about movement. So I'd like for you now to visualize, imagine, use your imagination. It's a wonderful gift we're given. And above you and about this whole group, this whole space here, we create a bubble of golden light. That golden light is like a portal to the other realms, spiritual side where we are meant to be. So as you breathe in, breathing in beautiful life force energy, this golden globe of light, you're going to breathe in through your nose, illuminate every cell, every muscle, every fiber, and just activate that all the way down to your feet. Bring that light all down to the bottom of your feet. And as we exhale out of our mouth, we're going to release and let go of any excess energy, any foreign energy that does not belong to us, maybe somebody else's, any worries or fears or limitations you place upon yourself. You now can give yourself the freedom and the permission to let that go and just become neutralized. So together, imagine this beautiful golden light, this life prana coming in with the inhalation through the nose. And inhale and ride the breath all the way down to your feet and beyond. Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. Let go of all that tension, all that excess energy. And again, and inhale all the way down. Bring that new life in the body. And exhale. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Good. And beginning to feel renewed, rebirth, re-enlightened. And inhale. Feeling lighter and lighter, easier, calmer. And exhale. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Just one more time. Feel wonderful floating feeling, that connection to source, that connection to light. You are part of that light. Feel that ray of light that you are connected to source. And inhale and exhale. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Good. Good. And now keeping your breath in its natural rhythm, just by your own natural ebb and flow. Immediately we find that we are transported to a beautiful space. This is a beautiful building. And this building is a mother of pearl made all around it. There are four corners and pillars, mother of pearl. There's no ceiling but pure light and beautiful blue sky. And there are people milling about in chairs, sitting about almost like a theater. It's a meeting space, a connection space. but very important work is done here. They call this the hall of illumination, illuminating the minds. The mind is the soul is the mind. And when you find a space in this room, in this space, perhaps you'll find a space that there is a chair there just created just for you, this beautiful hall of illumination. And you might even notice as you go find a chair, and it can be around people or by yourself, whatever's right for you, that as you begin to sit down, look down at the robes that you're wearing. Be aware of the garments that you have on. What does it tell you about your soul? And as we open ourselves up to this space, this lovely illumination hall, we send out a calling to our guides, our spiritual guides. Let's have at least 3 come now. Divine Heavenly Parent, we ask for our teachers, guides, to come to us today, at this particular moment, to stand in front of us. Dear Spirit guides, come so close to us, 3 distinct guides. Whatever the polarity is, you choose to be with us today, to share, to open up, to illuminate your beautiful student. And when you're ready, become aware of a being on your right side that is one of your guides, and they will tell you what they work with you on. What are they doing with your soul? What does your soul need to learn? And then become aware in the middle is another guide. It might look very, very different. Maybe someone you know, or perhaps someone you don't know. It doesn't matter. But tune into their heart, their love for you, and listen to what they say about your soul development. What is it that you need that you could use for your evolvement? What does the self close off? What kind of knowledge, inner wisdom, are you ready to receive? Then the third guide to your left could be a very different energy. That's fine. No judgment, just experience. And this guide seems to come from a very high sphere. It's almost as if they're from a very high spiritual world, and they come to illuminate your spiritual potential. Listen now with your heart of what your potential is. And these 3 guides meld a single thought together, and they share with you a beautiful harmonic thought. Receive this thought. What holds you back from being the best you can be? Why do you not explore the limitations, the illimitations, the openings, the unlimited, unconditional love of your own soul? Is it hard to forgive? Is it hard to feel? Is it hard to see with inner vision? Why do you shut things off? Whose life are you living, if not your own? Why do you choose fear, limitation, instead of love, which is limitless? What do you need to bring balance, contentment, peace to your being this year? And when they are finished with you, you may thank them, and they'll always be with you whenever you need. Just make that connection. Perhaps they'll give you a word, a color. Look at their robes. Maybe they're wearing a specific type of designation, whatever it might be, just for you. Divine heavenly guides, we thank you, dear angels, and bless you for being with us at this moment in space and time to open us up to higher truths, our being. Everything is done with love. And as they leave, they bring a beautiful green light of love and surround you all the way at the top of your head, the bottom of your feet, and everybody in the room. We send it to all of us as we become one in love. And so it is. And slowly open up your eyes and be as one. And slowly become, a little bit aware of the feet on the floor. I'm sip of coffee. Keep awake. There we go. I hope you all enjoyed that. That was I see a lot of familiar faces. Hi to everybody I know. I like that. I started tearing up. So whenever I tear up, it's funny. Whenever I'm receiving from spirit, I get very emotional, and it's been happening a lot as I get older. Really, since I turned 62, I start every time I get that connection with that side, like that, which is okay. When you in read, you tell people when you're getting, oh, I feel very emotional. You can acknowledge it. Don't let it get to you to not to a message. But anyway, so there we go. So would someone like to share what their experiences, what they experienced, and
All right. Let's start off with Michelle. Michelle, what came up for you?
So when I saw you, James, in Millville and met you, and when I talked to you at the end, I said that I was
New
going,
Jersey.
yes, that I was going back to Ocean City for a 3-day retreat, and I was working on a transformation.
Yes.
Now that I'm on the other side of the challenge, my guide said to me, believe in yourself. Let's soar. It's time to soar. And their hands came out and just said, you can do it. We're here for
Michelle,
you.
what holds you back?
It's me that holds me back.
You don't think you're good enough?
I think it's the fear.
Of what? What other people think of you?
No, it's figuring out the retirement end of this,
Oh,
that I need to take the plunge and work my business, the spiritual part of me. So it's me really that's hanging myself up.
okay. So you need to take the plunge. I know you're in my store, and I was working at a job, a Paramount Studios, big job, a lot of money, management job. And I was getting connection with spirit and really strongly. And they said to me, my guide said, if you work with us, we'll always take care of you. You have to have the faith. And I went the next day and quit that job. Never know I was going to pay my groceries, pay my rent. And it worked. People called me, they heard about me. It was one right after the other. It's all word of mouth. It's where that thing is like, you got to have faith. You really got to believe in it. It's not just a fantasy. You got to do it. So, just stop limiting yourself, I guess I say, I mean, we met for a reason. You're here for a reason.
Absolutely. Thank you. Many blessings to
Good
everyone.
to see you, honey. Good to see you, Michelle. Margie Taylor we have here. Hi, Margie.
Okay.
For you.
Hi.
What happened for you, sweetheart?
Well, I did see the guides that you mentioned and led
Yeah.
us through. That
Yes.
was really beautiful. I think my biggest thing is for feeling stuck is the fear too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Part of that, Marge, is living in your head. And I do tell you, as I look at your energy field, as I look at that, I see a lot of energy in the head, a lot of energy that's blocking your throat chakra, which is you're afraid to express yourself and it feels like really old stagnant energy from growing up, whether it's the parents and placing stuff on you, and it's like pushing that stuff away and being free. And we got to do it while we're still in the physical body. We don't want to wait till we get in the spirit side of life to be ourselves and to live our lives. Don't live a life pre-described for you. Live your life now, who you are. I had to get away from the whole Catholic Church thing. I was just seminary, gave that up. I couldn't help it. I had to go with that inner knowingness that I have. That was the real part, the genuine part. And it wasn't in my head. And somebody said the other day, you've always been a person that just goes with it. And I said, well, I think I was born with that I had to go with my heart. I know so deeply with my heart what I had to do. I knew I was talking to dead people. I knew it was helping in some way. So I knew I had to do that, but I knew how to get out of those chains around my head first. And that's what you need to do. You need to start taking the time to work with Margie and really letting yourself express yourself, opening up that throat chakra, opening up you're very clairvoyant. You know that, right? You've had psychic impressions very strongly. You're very psychic, but you're also very clairvoyant. If you would allow yourself to see, and that would really open you up in many other ways. Anyway, that's what I see for you. All right. Thanks, Margie.
Thank you.
Margaret, we know Margaret. Hi, Margaret.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I wasn't sure if I did it. Hello, James.
Hi, sweetheart. How was your experience?
Wow. I feel like I want to cry.
Yeah.
I feel very emotional. Sit. Went in the room in the corner, sitting in a chair. I was in a gold robe and
Wow.
felt very majestic.
I'm not surprised because I know
Oh,
you. Yeah. Makes sense.
yeah. Okay. I'm glad it makes sense to you.
I've seen it for years, and maybe you're just seeing it now, but
Yeah. And
when I
the
met
guy,
you, I told you that. First time I met you, I said you're highly evolved. Your gold is all around you. It was like 2 years ago, I think.
no, actually, it was only 6 months. It was
Oh,
only in
6
July.
months ago. Well,
It was only in
I saw
July.
it.
Yeah. Yeah. It hasn't
And
been
you've
that
grown a
long.
lot, Margaret. You really expanded a lot in your awareness and your knowledge.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you've given yourself the permission to do it.
Yes. But
Because
I
in
feel,
the beginning, you were like thinking too much, and now you're slowly getting into allowing yourself.
yes, but
Tell
I do
people about
feel,
that. Share that with people about how that experience went with you. How you went from A to Z.
sorry, can you repeat that?
Yeah, explain to people how you changed a little bit from when you always were thinking about it, and then you just surrendered and allowed things. What the difference?
Oh, I cut a lot of people out of my life.
Good girl.
A
Yes.
lot of family
Yes.
that were
Toxic things. Yes.
Yeah, the toxic. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've kind of quit my majority of my work, which was in the healing realm, but I did it to the point where it took too much out of me.
Yeah.
So I've cut back a lot more, trusting myself and allowing myself to tell people this is what I do.
What a freedom that is, hey?
It is, yes. Like a lot of people are like, oh, and I thought, well, that's who I am, and that's who people want too sometimes. So
That's who I am, like it or not. Right.
yes, yes. So I am doing that, but yet I feel like lately it's a major shift of happening, and I'm not sure where I'm going, what's going to happen. If I think of things, I try not to get in my head and into the heart, but I know my heart's still blocked in areas.
Well, you're still progressing, you know, you're still
Yeah, I've changed a lot.
You've changed quite a lot. You really have. We're all
Yeah.
works in progress, Margaret. We're all works in progress. And we just allow ourselves to open up to that healing level, I just heard this in my head. Ooh, the song of our souls. Open up to the song of your soul. Yeah, we all have to open up to the song of our soul, the medleys of the soul, because we're all different, but yet we're made up with all different intricacies and aspects for who we are. But I'm going to take my hat off to you and say, good for you for starting on the road. And you're so much different than you were when we first started. You really are. Even your auric field has expanded quite a bit. You're much more, can I put it that way, more tolerable, you're more patient, right? You're much more non-judgmental. You understand things. You take the time to listen to people. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because the bands of your auric field, and especially up to the head area, have really expanded, which is fantastic. And that shows that you've been working on yourself. So, work in your head a little bit, just to bring it down the heart, but you're doing a lot better. So to share.
Yeah, but I still kind of think of.
You can't think.
I know. And that's it. Is like I'm thinking, okay, I know something's changed. I'm going to be doing something kind of different career.
Yeah, it is what it is.
But I'm thinking, okay, it's like
it's gonna be fine. I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. I don't know.
No.
It is what it is. And that's all that it is. It's like the tree on the mountain. I talked about this analogy for the past 3 days. It keeps on coming to me that we're always that tree stuck on the mountain, and we're buried in that mountain. We have strong roots. Now the conditions will change. So you can have summertime, and then it's very, very hot. And then you go into fall where it's colder, and then you have winter with snow, and you go back to spring where it blooms. Then the mountain will change. The surface of the mountain will change. The weather patterns will change, but the tree remains strong. This tree will always be there. You'll always be there. Conditions around us will change, but we will always be there. And the more we become aware of our soul self, who we are as a soul being, we can deal with these conditions much easier. It really does help to know ourselves, to our own self be true. Never can measure ourselves with anybody else. We got to be true to who we are. And what other people think of you, again, is none of your business. And I've gotten rid of a lot of friends that way. I don't know if they're friends. People come into your life for a season, a reason, or a lifetime. Souls come into your life for a season, reason, a lifetime. And I do believe that when, ready to cut the line, you cut the line, you let them go. And that's better for your own, we're growing that way. We're always growing. So, all right. Keep on growing, Margaret. I'll let you go.
Okay.
Thanks.
One last thing. I'm very sorry to hear about your brother.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. See,
And I feel him around you. Like I just.
Oh, yeah, he's around. Oh, yeah, he's
Yeah,
around.
his energy is very prominent around you.
Thank you, sweetheart. Appreciate that, honey. Thank you.
Okay.
Donna, I'd like to introduce the lady who here runs our school, the lovely Liz Smith, who's been really the rock of the school and held it together many years with me. And besides Ryan Brown, it's Liz Smith. Liz Cook. Hi, Liz. So welcome, Liz. You want to tell them
Liz
more
Smith, the columnist.
about the principal? Yes.
um,
What
hi,
did you experience, Liz?
pardon me?
What did you experience?
Well, I actually experienced what was interesting is I I could just see this path ahead of me, and the guides were sort of I had a bunch of people sort of lining and cheering me on. But I also had the feeling that there was something kind of holding me back, which
Yeah.
was, and they were sort of encouraging me on and encouraging me to break through. So I think, we kind of talked about when we were talking about this webinar this morning that that some people are going to be wanting to pursue their gift. So they're going to want to, explore their mediumship or their psychic ability or their ability as a healer. But other people might have some work they need to do on themselves first.
Yeah.
And I kind of felt like, oh, maybe, maybe there's something at the beginning of the new year that I need to work on myself before, I can kind of grow, in the way that I want to.
Very
So,
true.
and I could just sort of feel, what was nice is I could feel this encouragement from my guides. And I felt like, oh, okay, that, that was very empowering.
You know what it felt like when you said that to me, like you're running a race and they're all cheering you on the sidelines. You're running. They go on, you can do it. You could do it.
That's exactly what it was. That's
Wasn't it?
exactly what it was. And it was kind of nice, in January, the beginning of the year, like I'm very big on like the start of things. So,
Yeah.
I'm a big New Year's resolution person. And,
Yeah.
at the beginning of the year, I'm always really motivated. But this year I've been kind of feeling like a little stuck,
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, push through, and that was
The conditions will shift. The conditions will shift. Just something else.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot going on, there's a lot
going on everywhere, It's like juggling the balls back and forth. But we always have ourselves, I always go back to this, we'll always be this. The outside might shift, but we're always here. And we're always in control of what's here.
And one thing I've learned from you and working with you all these years is it's really worth it to kind of invest that energy in yourself. Like it's really easy to focus on everyone else and focus on my kids and, clients and everything. And but it's like you do have to, at the core of it, you do have to focus on yourself, and you hear people talk about that.
Self-care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think you really encourage people to do that, which is great.
I allow people to be themselves,
Yeah. I love that.
I want to talk
And I
about
love that everyone gets to be themselves and discover their spirituality in their own way.
And a good thing, Liz, I'm just thinking about it, is everybody might keep a journal or a book and date it. And then as you go through this year, maybe month by month, write down, and if you involve the school at all, perhaps, or just living life, write down certain experiences, that profound experiences, or you saw something new in a different way this time, different perspective. And then you don't have to go backwards, right? Every month, turn the page. And at the end of the year, you'll go back to the middle and think, wow, and this is how I've grown. Wow, this is how I look at something very different now. Wow, this is expanded. That's a really great way to measure it.
We always say like, oh, you do things and you put things off, but if you just got started now, say you wanted to develop, you wanted to change your career and become a medium or become a psychic, or, and you think, oh, I'll put it off till the summer. But if you start now, think about where you'd be by the end of the year.
Yeah, it's very true. Very true.
Sometimes
But you said what you said is really important too about soul care. You got to have that relationship with your soul and feel that worth of self to explore and to get into your let your soul speak to you. And it's all about getting in your heart, not your head. And that's that, as we talk about it. So with Margaret and everybody, my students, it's like, let's get to the heart. Let's get to the heart of the matter. Don't think about it, because it's the heart. Get to the heart of the matter. And sometimes it's forgiving people in your life. Sometimes letting people go. Sometimes it's moving somewhere. Sometimes it's changing a job, letting go of a job, letting go of where you're living. It's all different things that are available to us. They're all I always see things as opportunities. Everything's an opportunity. Might not expect it, but there's an opportunity somewhere. You got to kind of see it, what the opportunity is.
So the reason we've gathered you all here, and I'm so happy that so many of you joined us, is to have you ask yourself the question, are you ready to launch and explore your spiritual gifts and, share them with the world? Or do you need some time to heal yourself or break some patterns or let go of some things? Regardless of which one is the answer, James created the JVP School of Mystical Arts in order to support you and create a really supportive, wonderful community. I don't know that there's very many of them around. And the nice thing about this one is he can work with people from all over the world because the courses, for the most part, are online. But even though they're online,
Liz,
you'll
excuse
find
me
yourself
for a
with.
second interrupting. I'm sorry, Liz. Forgive me.
No, that's fine.
As these things you say these things come through in my head. So I just want to say what Liz is saying. This came to us. You want to know who you are from your soul point of view. So it's a relationship with your soul self. That's really, and as Liz was saying, there might be things in your own life that you got to open up, take away the limitations, judgments of yourself, critical of self. There are ways of doing that as well. First of all, before you enter into those other courses, working on yourself is really important. Okay, go on, Liz.